We got discussed lawn care, getting the lawn back in shape out in front of the building, tree planting. We talked a little bit about it, touched on it at the department head meeting. Jim's got it.
The other day, these weren't solicited by any means, but David Engel and Tom Lake stopped in and actually measured it up and gave these two proposals. One is 11,400 square feet of seeding and 4,200 square feet of sod, and the other one is a total of just for seeding the entire area. The sod areas that they proposed was the area between the sidewalk and the courthouse, and then the two rectangular areas adjacent to the monument.
Inside the sidewalk?
Yes, yes, yes. The sod and seed proposal was 2,200, and the seed and fertilizer was 1,100 plus.
So 4,220 square feet of sod in those two spots?
Three spots.
Three spots.
I mean, you got the area between
Oh,
the
yeah.
sidewalk
And then the other
that's
two.
a pretty big group. And
Okay.
one good thing about it, I think the sod in those areas will keep the sidewalks. Basically, we're proposing sod in the uphill sides. It'll keep dirt from washing onto the, when you water new seeding, you get dirt, and by sodding, that portion of it. I guess that's the advantage of sod.
Well,
It'll take more water, but that's all good. I talked to him this morning, and if they can get through this in April, if you can sod and seed in April, your chance of a successful seeding, you wait until May and you get more heat, it takes more water to protect the sod and get the seeding, and then, so if they can get that done in April, whoever, I think that'd be ideal.
That's your area of expertise. You've done a lot more than that.
When we talked, and Jim and I talked about, because we lost two big trees, is the idea of moving, two deciduous trees in on each side of the, say the center, or each side of the flagpole mounting in those sodded areas south of the sidewalk. And after looking into it, by the time you hire a spade and buy a big tree from a nursery, and talking to Tom Lake yesterday, that it might be better just to buy a big potted tree, like a 50-gallon or 80-gallon potted tree from Minnesota, and wouldn't have to worry about the big tree spade busting the new sidewalks or tearing up, depending on the timing of the sodding or the seeding. Plant a tree, it'll have, a big tree like that, it's around $300. But the tree, as opposed to, like when you buy a tree and move it with a spade, it's, the guarantee is different, because you got to pay $150 for the spade again and buy another tree. So personally I like, the more I thought about it, because of the convenience of not having to worry about cracking the sidewalk with a big truck spade.
Yeah. Does Tom have access to those 50-gallon or 80-gallon potted trees?
Yeah, I ordered one from him, or I'm going to, but northern nurseries are always good, Minnesota or Nebraska, because it's better than getting trees from Indiana or Missouri or Kansas south of it.
Mhm.
We're talking about a crimson or a autumn glazed maple. Maple trees, their leaves are easier to manage than oak leaves. Oak leaves are tough, they stay around, and they might be a nuisance to the lawn, you know, the janitors been keeping them. And maple, hard maples, I've got some hard maples, and they took the ice storm really well. The silver maples, which is 90% of the maple trees in Sac County are silver maple, and they grow real fast, but they bust. They bust really bad. So a hard maple, it'd be, you know, have a green waxy leaf in the summer, and then they turn orange in the fall. And there's no seeds. Well, like with silver maple, you got those little helicopters that plug up the east spout.
The different diseases that are going around, the emerald ash and the pine beetle, and there's some kind of an illness that's affecting some of the oak trees.
Yeah.
So are these maple or a little hardier or a little more resistant?
Well, you know, that's, you know, in forest, you always try and plant a variety of trees, because, you know, we got the Dutch elm disease, now we got the emerald ash borer. Well, we've always had borers with ash trees, but this one's, you know, pretty virulent. So, you know, people are kind of scared of ash trees right now. And oak, I don't know. Most of the oaks in the county are bur oak, and that oak blight or whatever that's coming in from California, it could be a problem.
Yeah.
But we've got some oak trees on the property, and
I totally agree with the not using the spade, because, I mean, you just...
yeah. These trees are big enough, they'll have to be staked for about a year until the ball. Just probably 3 stakes around each tree to stabilize it, which, you know, I've done when I move big trees with a spade, you know, I've done the same thing. If you don't, sometimes the ball will get soft, and if you get a big wind, it'll lean them. But I think that there's about $1,000 worth of sod in this proposal, but it's a pretty big area, and you know, labor, you know, there's a lot of labor laying sod. But I think what I like about the sod is that we won't have to worry about soil, you know, after big rains or water, you know, running down and getting in the circled area, the
I'm okay with it. I don't...
Sounds good.
And I like this tree option better, because it just not having to be concerned about the cement, and I think...
yeah, I got to think that big spade it's a huge chassis, and that's all we don't want to do.